This is Art Television.
Coming up, State of Business, sponsored by
IWS Aviation.
Hello there, you're watching our television. This is State of Business. I am Pamutha Katungapala. We have our top stories. IMF head sounds alarm over Chinese economic contraction. Government operationalized measures to secure economy. Welcome back, you're watching State of Business. Now let's have a detailed look at today's stories. Now, head of the International Monetary Fund, Kristalina Georgieva, during a Face the Nation interview on CBS, maintained that a third of the global economy will be in recession this year.
But for the next couple of months, it would be tough for China, and the impact on Chinese growth would be negative, the impact on the region would be negative, the impact on global growth would be negative.
Because this is the second largest economy in the world, and we've learned how dependent the world is on the Chinese supply chain. So do you expect then a domino effect? Will inflation get worse because all of a sudden there aren't workers healthy enough to go to factories in China?
We expect that there would be counterweight from the sheer opening of the economy, because up to now, the biggest impact on global value chains came from restrictions due to COVID. When you close down a big city or a big port, the repercussions for the economy are significant. Now we would have the impact of people getting sick, not going to work, but the economy would be open. So the expectations we have for China is to gradually move to a higher level of economic performance and finish the year better off than it is going to start the year. But you're absolutely right. The world has relied on China's growth for a long time. Before COVID, China would deliver 34, 35, 40% of global growth.
Meanwhile, former British Prime Minister David Cameron, who is on a personal visit to Sri Lanka, met President Ranil Wickremesinghe in Colombo yesterday. During a cordial discussion, Cameron extended his best wishes to President Wickremesinghe for the new year. The President's Senior Advisor on National Security and President's Chief of Staff Sagala Ratnayake, President's Secretary Saman Ekanayake were present to receive the former British Prime Minister. Also present were Conservative Party member and former EU MP Niranjan Deva Aditya and Director of International Affairs for the President Dinu Kolambage. Former British Prime Minister Cameron also toured the Colombo Port City project, where he was brought abreast with ongoing developments and future plans. Hailing from a prominent family involved in international investment and finance, this exposure with the former British Prime Minister serves to present Sri Lanka in a positive light on the international stage. Now, despite the crisis, tourist arrivals grew at a faster pace in 2022 with a post-pandemic all-time high thanks to a record haul in December. This was confirmed by official data released by the Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority yesterday. Sri Lanka ended 2022 with 719,978 tourists, up 207% over 2021, when the increase was only 73%. In 2019, arrivals growth was 18%. The 2022 performance, however, was still 69% lower in comparison to the record achievement of 2.3 million in 2018. Tourist arrivals during December reached a record 91,961, up 3% from a year earlier. In terms of arrivals, January, February and December recorded the highest growth rates in 2022, while March recorded a post-COVID all-time high, surpassing 100,000 tourists in a month after 2 years. The record haul in December also overshadowed industry concerns following the pandemic, political instability and the worst economic crisis post-independence. December arrivals were also the third highest month of arrivals in 2022 and the highest post-April. Russia topped the tourist inflow in December, reflecting 22% or 19,963, followed by India with 17,350, the UK with 7,879, Australia with 5,158 and Germany with 4,984. The boost in December arrivals was largely influenced by the influx of Russian tourists and the arrival of the luxury cruise liners as Amara Quest, Ocean Odyssey and Silver Spirit. The resumption of many international airlines and charter flights and global promotions have been cited as the key reasons for the favourable pickup in arrivals. See you with more stories after this short commercial break.
IWS Aviation.
Welcome back here with State of Business. Now, Sri Lanka began a fresh austerity drive this week, freezing government recruitment as new taxes and higher electricity prices kicked in. Through these measures, authorities aim to secure an international monetary fund bailout. It has been reported that Sri Lanka needs to achieve debt sustainability as a precondition to a $2.9 billion bailout from the IMF after it defaulted in April as its economy went into crisis. The IMF has also asked Colombo to trim its 1.5 million strong public service, sharply raise taxes and sell off loss-making state enterprises. A record 20,000 civil servants retired at the end of December. This is 8 times as many as usual according to the Ministry of Public Administration. This is after President Ranil Wickremesinghe reduced the retirement age from 65 to 60. The ministry holds that they will not be replaced. Double personal income and corporate taxes kicked in on New Year's Day to show up state revenue, while electricity prices went up to 65% after a 75% tariff increase in August. Key creditors such as China and India are yet to announce agreement to a haircut on the loans. As part of the new measures, the Ministry of Finance has also banned non-essential capital expenditure. Any officials who authorize investments over 500 million rupees without first clearing them with the Treasury will be held personally accountable, according to a ministry official. Meanwhile, President Ranil Wickremesinghe addressing Presidential Secretary Staff yesterday during their oath-taking ceremony for 2023 described the year as a crucial year for the economy. In doing so, President Wickremesinghe took time to reflect on the past 5.5 and thanked all those who played a part in re-establishing social, political and economic stability.
මාස පහමාරකට පෙර මේ කාර්යාලයේ ඉඳන් අපි ඓතිහාසික වැඩ කොටසක් බාරගත්තා. ආණ්ඩු පාලනය කඩාවැටෙන අවස්ථාවේදී ආර්ථිකය කඩාවැටෙන අවස්ථාවේදී ඒ මාස පහමාර තුලදී සාමාන්‍ය තත්වයක් ඇති කරන්නට අපි පියවර ගත්තා. අපි අපේ ආර්ථික ප්‍රශ්න සියල්ලම විසඳලා නැහැ. නමුත් අද ඉන්ධන සඳහාත් ආහාර සඳහාත් පෝර සඳහාත් උවමනා ප්‍රමාණය අපිට ලබා දෙන්නට අවස්ථාවක් ඇති වෙලා තිබෙනවා. ඒ නිසා මේ මාස පහමාර තුලදී ඔබ සියලු දෙනාම කරපු සේවයට මම පළමුවෙන් මගේ ස්තුතිය ප්‍රකාශ කරනවා. ඒත් අපේ වැඩකම සටහන මෙතනින් අවසන් වෙලා නැහැ. 2023 වර්ෂයේ තමයි වැදගත්ම වර්ෂය වෙන්නේ. අපේ ණය උගුලෙන් බේරිලා ණය ප්‍රතිව්‍යුහගත කරලා අපි ඉදිරියට යන්න තියෙනවා. අපේ මේ ආර්ථික කඩාවැටීම නිසා අපිට අලුතෙන් අපි ජීවත් වෙන්න පුළුවන් ලෝකෙක තන කරන්න පුළුවන් ආර්ථිකයක් ඇති කරන්න තියෙනවා. මේ රටේ දේශපාලන ක්‍රමවේදයේ වෙනසක් වුමනයි කියලා ඒ වගේම බහුතරයක මතේ තියෙනවා. මේ දෙකම අපි ඔප්පු කරන්න තිබෙනවා.
Speaking further, President Wickremesinghe urged the public servants to dedicate themselves towards making Sri Lanka a prosperous nation.
මෙයා සාර්ථකව වැඩ කටයුතු කරන්න තිබෙනවා. අද තියෙන පාලන යන්ත්‍රයත් දේශපාලන යන්ත්‍රය ගැන ඒ තියෙන ප්‍රශ්න විසඳන්න හැකි අලුත් ක්‍රමවේදයක් අපි ඉදිරිපත් කරන්න තිබෙනවා. මේ තියෙන්නේ මේ අවුරුද්දේ වැඩ කටයුතු. එහෙනම් ගිය අවුරුද්දට වඩා අපි සියලු දෙනාටම එකට එකතු වෙලා ක්‍රියා කරන්න තිබෙනවා. අපි මේ ආණ්ඩුව දිහා බලන්නේ එක යන්ත්‍රණයක් හැටියට. මේවා අමාත්‍යාංශය අනුව යන්ත්‍රණ ගණනාවකට බෙදිලා නැහැ. එක යන්ත්‍රණයක තියෙන අමතර කොටස්. ඒ නිසා ඒ කොටස් අතර විශේෂයෙන්ම තරඟකාරීත්වයක් ඇති වෙන්න බෑ. කම්බැදිල්ලක් ඇති වෙන්න බෑ. තමන්ගේ වගකීම සීමා කරගන්න බෑ. රටේ මූලික ප්‍රතිපත්ති මාලාව ක්‍රියාත්මක කරන්නට හැම එක්කෙනාම බැඳලා තියෙනවා. මේකේ කේන්ද්‍ර ස්ථානයේ වෙන්නේ අද මෙතන තියෙන මේ ජනාධිපති කාර්යාලයත්, ඒ වගේම කැබිනට් කාර්යාලයත්, ඒ වගේම අගමැති කාර්යාලය. මෙතනින් තමයි අපි ඉදිරියට යන්නේ. ඒ නිසා මම එක කාරණයක් කියන්න කැමතියි. තමන්ගේ වැඩ කටයුතු දවසේ පැය 8කට සීමා වෙන්නේ නැහැ. තමන්ගේ වැඩ කටයුතු සතියේ දවස් 5කට සීමා වෙන්නේ නැහැ. මේ ස්ථානයේ ඉන්න හැම එක්කෙනාම අපි කැප වෙලා වැඩ කරමු. 2023 අවසන් වෙනකොට මේ රටේ සාමාන්‍ය තත්ත්වයක් ඇති කරමු කියලා බලාපොරොත්තුෙන් මම ඔබ සියලු දෙනාගේම සහයෝගය ඇතුව මේ රට ඉදිරියට ගෙනියන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා. ඔබ සියලු දෙනාටම ස්තුතියි.
Stay tuned for the stock update. Welcome back, you're watching Zeta Business, and now the stock update. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on positive notes today. The All-Share Price Index gained 1.94 points to close at 8,511.54, and the S&P SL20 gained 12.13 points to close at 2,652.68. The turnover was 2.8 billion rupees and over 156 million shares were traded. Up next are Forex rates. And that's all our news for today. For this and more, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. Take care and good night.